Guys and goddesses, yes, we are going through a great awakening and people are coming into knowledge of the self and what exactly we are. But we have to also understand our environment. We have to realize that we are interdimensional beings. And way to understand that, you have to understand dimensions. And I'm about to break this down for you. Many people believe that dimensions are some type of spooky place or dimensions are somewhere in outer space where dimensions are all around us. Different dimensions of consciousness are all around us. All things are conscious energy. All energy is conscious energy. It's just being expressed in different ways. So if you measure an object, because that's what the dimension is, the measurement of an object. If you measure an object and it's only two dimensions of lift and width, then that object exists in the second dimension, and so on and so on. Now, right here you see dimensions 0 through 4, but I'm going to use physical objects to try to explain this to you guys. But keep in mind, every object that I'm about to show you is actually a three-dimensional object. I'm just trying to get as close as possible to it so you can understand. Now right here is a penny. It's an example of a zero-dimensional object. It doesn't have length or width. And in the zero dimension, this will actually have no height. It'll be totally flat. So this will be a zero-dimensional object. This marker will be an example of a two-dimensional object. If you take 2 points from the zero dimension and add a line, you get the first dimension. In this dimension, you can only go forward or backwards. You cannot go up or down or side to side, only forward or backwards. Now, guys and goddesses, this business card is an example of the second dimension. You can only measure its length and its width. It cannot go vertically. In this dimension, any conscious being or conscious energy can only go left or right. Now, the third dimension is our dimension. Here we can go left, right, up, or down. There will be 3 dimensions in this time or space. Similar to the second, you have the length and the width, but in the third, we can also go up and down, giving us full range of motion in this dimension. We have the power to go whichever way we want. We have full power over the first 2 dimensions. This right here is a tesseract or a representation of the 4th dimension, which is time. Time is very important because without time, the first 3 dimensions could not function and they'll only be a snapshot. Also, the 4th dimension is the only dimension of the first 4 we don't have control over because we cannot move backward into time. We can only move forward. But a higher dimensional being can, because the higher the dimensions, the deeper. The higher the dimension, the deeper.